I thought the ocean gave me a gift, but it was actually a legacy. From a quiet morning on the Silver Coast to a night where the sky turned to fire. Watch as three small friends transform into the ultimate legends to face a ghost that cannot be seen. This is not just a story of survival. This is the birth of the Guardians. Stay tuned. The ocean is a keeper of secrets. Sometimes it decides to let one go. It was a quiet, misty morning on the Silver Coast. The fog hung low over the waves as I walked along the shoreline, the salty air filling my lungs. That's when I saw it. A heavy, metallic chest, half buried in the wet sand, encrusted with barnacles and whispers of the deep. My heart raced as I pried the rusted latch open. Inside, resting on faded blue velvet, were 3 weathered Pokeballs. They looked ancient, yet they hummed with a strange, hidden energy. The moment my fingers brushed the cold metal, they erupted. Blinding white light flooded the beach, warmer than the morning sun. When the light finally settled, I wasn't alone anymore. 2 fluffy brown Eevees were rolling in the sand, yapping and chasing each other's tails. And standing firmly between them was a Bulbasaur. He looked at me with calm emerald eyes, a silent guardian in a world of chaos. I didn't know it then, but my quiet life was over. My family had just grown by 3. As the days turned into weeks, I started noticing their unique sparks. The first Eevee, I started calling her the Star, she was obsessed with her reflection. I'd often find her posing in front of the hallway mirror, tilting her head as if she knew she was destined for something elegant and magical. The second Eevee, total opposite. He was a little firecracker. If I turned on the stove or lit a candle, he'd sit there mesmerized, his fur practically glowing with excitement. He didn't just want to play, he wanted to burn through life at 100 miles an hour. 2 souls so different, yet sharing the same rug. Living with them was, well, a beautiful disaster. They fought over everything. The prime spot on the rug, the first bite of dinner, even who got to sit on my lap. But Bulbasaur, he was the anchor. He'd sit there, watching them with a weary, brotherly sigh. Whenever the brawling got too loud, out came the vines. He'd snatch them both up by their collars, holding them mid-air while they kicked their tiny paws in frustration. He wasn't just a pet, he was the glue keeping my sanity intact. Trips to the supermarket were legendary. While the Eevees were busy causing a cookie aisle collapse, Bulbasaur would help me carry the groceries with his vines, looking like the proudest helper in the world. And bath time? Oh, it was a literal battlefield. Water everywhere, soap bubbles floating like tiny planets, and the sound of splashing paws echoing through the house. But in the evenings, the chaos would fade. We'd curl up on the couch, a tangled mess of fur, vines, and warmth. I realized then that I didn't find them by chance. We were meant to be a pack. We were happy. We were safe. But as the sun dipped below the horizon on that final peaceful day, the air turned cold. A howl echoed from the edge of the city, a sound of pure, burning hunger. The shadows were moving, and our paradise was about to burn. It happened on a Tuesday, the quietest evening of the week. Suddenly, the glass in my windows rattled. A deafening roar tore through the neighborhood, and the smell of sulfur filled the room. The door didn't just open, it exploded. Standing there, surrounded by black flames, was a Houndoom, a creature of pure, burning hunger. My Eevees tried to stand their ground, but they were so small. A single blast of fire threw them across the room. I heard them yelp in pain, and my heart shattered. They were shivering, crying, hidden behind me for protection. But then, the air grew heavy with the scent of fresh rain and forest earth.
Bulbasaur didn't back down. He looked at the injured Eevees, then back at the monster. His eyes weren't calm anymore. They were glowing with an emerald fire. The bulb on his back burst open into a massive pink flower. In a surge of blinding green energy, Bulbasaur was gone. Standing in his place was Ivysaur. With one massive strike of his vines, he sent the Houndoom crashing through the walls and out of the city. We thought it was over, but the victory felt cold. The sky didn't turn blue again. Instead, it became a void of absolute darkness. Something was circling us in the fog, invisible, silent. Suddenly, streaks of violet energy rained from the sky like missiles. Dragapult, the ghost of the deep air. Ivysaur fought with everything he had, but you can't hit what you can't see. He was struck again and again. Exhausted, wounded, my brave guardian fell to his knees on the broken asphalt. I knelt beside him, my tears falling onto his scarred leaves. I looked at my Eevees, and for the first time, I felt true, hopeless fear. In that moment of absolute silence, the bond we shared, it sparked. The first Eevee stepped forward. She didn't look scared anymore. She looked at me, her eyes glowing with a soft pink light that cut through the darkness. She chose to love. She chose to protect. In a swirl of ribbons and starlight, Sylveon emerged, her long ribbons dancing in the wind. The second Eevee didn't wait. He looked at the burning ruins of our home, and the fire in his soul finally exploded. The air around him boiled. A massive pillar of orange flame engulfed him, and from the ashes rose Flareon, his fluffy mane glowing like a miniature sun. Ivysaur found his last breath, fueled by his friend's courage. He roared one last time, evolving into the mighty Venusaur. The battle was legendary. Flareon unleashed a heat so intense that Dragapult's stealth was useless. His silhouette flickered in the rising steam. Venusaur's massive vines erupted from the ground, pinning the ghost dragon to the earth. Sylveon leapt into the air, her ribbons glowing with a blinding moon blast. The dark dragon let out one last cry before being blasted back into the void from which it came. The sun rose over a different world the next morning. Our house was in ruins, but my heart was full. I stood on that same silver coast, but I wasn't with three small creatures anymore. I stood with kings, with guardians. We survived. And as for the secrets the ocean still keeps, let them come. We are ready.